Welcome to affiliate marketing.
Or affiliates, as you can
Making
see up
bucks
here.
with affiliates, right?
Oh.
Yeah. It's going to be
Doesn't rhyme.
awesome. So congratulations to coming to the class that's going to make you a ton of money.
Yep, it's true.
All right, you have the clicker.
Okay, so my name is Katie Clark, and I run the blog Clark's Condensed. I've been doing Clark's Condensed since 2013, but I've been blogging since in 7th grade. So I started in 2013, right when I was about to graduate, and I had done an internship with a medical health technology blogger, and I did an online blog conference, and I thought, maybe I'll try this out. So my husband and I did, and instead of him going to law school, we decided to take a leap of faith, and we really jumped all in and have been blogging ever since. I have 2 boys, and I have my 3rd on the way in September, and we're really excited about that. I'm from Colorado. I grew up there. I went to Utah for school, and then I moved back to Colorado back in 2015. I have a degree in print journalism, and I love SEO and affiliate marketing. Those are 2 of my favorite things to talk about.
Side note, we have a worksheet in the book.
Yeah,
I don't know what page it's on, but it's the uglier one. Yeah. 25 apparently. Thank you.
And I am excited to talk about affiliate marketing because I feel like it is what helped me go from just kind of part-time blogging to full-time blogging. And I think it's a great way to make money even if you don't have thousands and millions of page views. You can make it with very low page views. I also I run a Facebook group where I help a lot of bloggers just in different various forms, and I love to do that to help other people reach their goals. And these were my top earners in 2019, ads with Mediavine, and then affiliate and sponsored posts, which fortunately for me, I don't love sponsored posts, so that's going down, affiliates going up. And then I have my own products, which don't sell a ton, but they're doing okay.
So I'm Hilary Erickson. I run the blog Pulling Curls. I've been blogging since 2005, and I was clearly 8 when I started. I have 3 kids. I have 1 husband. I work part-time as a labor and delivery nurse, so if any of you have a side gig, yesterday when she was asking if people have hobbies, I was going to be like, delivering babies is my hobby. But I used to work as a nurse full-time, and it's now my hobby. So I blog. That's my main income. I have 3 online courses. I have a prenatal class, a home organization class, and a family systems. I'm not a great parent, but I can organize children well. So, and I still sell other people's products in addition to my own courses. And I honestly think that there's no better way to learn how to sell something than working with affiliates, because it was a great way to learn how to sell my own stuff by selling other people's stuff. And there's my income breakdown. There you go. You can read it.
Hers is probably a little bit more accurate than mine. Mine was just kind of.
I have a really accurate spreadsheet.
She's very organized. Okay.
Go, Katie.
Okay, so our first section is about picking companies going beyond Amazon. I think Amazon is great, and if you are on Amazon, it's a great place to start. And if you aren't on Amazon, you should be on it because people buy from Amazon better than a lot of places. So it's definitely a good place to start, but we're going to be talking about going a little deeper than that. And I don't know where all of you guys are in terms of affiliate marketing, but this is a little basic, but there's affiliate networks versus brand run. So the affiliate networks are things like ShareASell, Commission Junction, Impact, Link Share, and they're kind of like a one-stop shop. They have tons of affiliate programs. You can go in there and browse, or companies will often send you there. Like if you search, does this company have an affiliate program? Often they will have one, and you can just sign up if you're already a part of those networks. So I would highly recommend signing up for those. Even if there's nothing that you're interested in right now, you probably will want to be in one of those at one point, and it's just easier. They have good resources for affiliate marketing. A lot of them have sponsored posts that are available or dedicated network managers, and usually there's more guaranteed pay. So especially like with ShareASell or Commission Junction, once that sale goes through and it's locked, you're going to get the payment. While with I've worked with some affiliate programs that are brand run, and I've never seen the money. So you kind of have a little bit more guarantee with the networks. And then there's the brand run ones, which can work well if they're on top of things and if they have a good dedicated affiliate manager. Sometimes they'll use a platform like Enlisty, or there's just other ones where they can have the links generated through there. There can be more flexibility in my experience, but there's also some more financial risk because sometimes they don't pay you, sometimes they're a little bit more finicky with their programs, and I've done both, I do both, and there's benefits to both for sure. one great way to find affiliate links is just starting with what people are clicking on already. This is what I do. I go through my posts or through my outgoing links probably every month or so, and I see if there's anything that people are clicking on that could have a possible affiliate program. And whenever I do this, I usually find a link and for a program, and it can be, some of these things have just made me a couple dollars, but some of them have made me a lot more just by doing that. And I use a plugin with Google Analytics. I think it's the Monster Analytics, and it just runs my Google Analytics, and it automatically sets up the backlinks that you can check, but they can be coded in with Google Analytics. And if you're not techie, I would have someone else do that because it can mess up coding or mess up your Google Analytics, which is not fun. And if you have Jetpack on WordPress, it also tracks the backlinks or the outgoing links. I took that off my site, and the hardest thing is because of the backlinks. And it's really helpful just to see what people are clicking on. If a program didn't exist before, keep checking back regularly because you never know when a company will launch one. I did a comparison post a few months ago, and they just had a referral program, and now I have about $1 million, not really, but in referral credits for razors. But then I found out that they had
Silky smooth.
very exciting. But then they came out with an affiliate program about a month ago, and I swapped out all those links, and now I'm actually making money. So don't be afraid to reach out to companies and ask them, do you have an affiliate program, or will you be starting one anytime soon? And don't expect brands to keep you up to speed. You should check your links regularly. A lot of companies will tell you if they're stopping the program, but some will just stop out of nowhere. There was a company I worked with, it was a baby company, a baby product company, and they're not selling babies, but they.
Oh, I should affiliate with that though.
You should. That would be a good one. But they were in tons of my posts, and all of a sudden I started getting broken links in Carousel, and they never told me, and now I still keep getting them, and I have to swap them out.
And I found it like 3 months later. I was like, did that program die? Katie was like, yeah, like forever ago.
I probably should have told her. But Carousel and Commission Junction, they make it easy. They have reports you can pull that will tell you this link isn't working. I know with those companies that if the link stops working with their company, it doesn't redirect to the website, so it's just like a blank page, which is annoying for your readers and just anyone in general. So definitely check, especially on your top earning pages. I always recommend checking your top 10 pages regularly to make sure links are still working. So when it comes to sponsored posts versus affiliate, a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't want to do affiliate marketing because it's not guaranteed, it's not upfront payment. I'd rather do the sponsored post, which I totally understand because it's nice to have the money up front. And a lot of times sponsored is best, especially if there's not an easily affiliatable, I don't know if that's a real word, but we're going to go with it, product like a food product, like if you're, I don't know. There's some food products that you can use as affiliates, but if it's not easy to make money from it, then it's probably better to try and push for a sponsored post. If there's a lot of work up front, you should definitely, especially if the brand has a lot of requirements and things that they're wanting you to do, you should definitely try and push for payment. Affiliate is best when you can see potential earnings beyond what you charge. So for my most successful partnership I've had, I charged $200 for sponsored posts at the time. This was back in, 2014 or 2015. And I was going to put the number in there, but I forgot to. But over the course of that relationship, I made over $70,000 with them about. And so for me, that obviously, I saw the potential. I'd been following the company for years, and I saw the potential with it, and I went with it, and I made a lot more than I would have from a one-off sponsored post. And if you can, combining the two can be really powerful because you can get that upfront payment that gives you, the benefit of wanting to put in the effort for making the post. But if you can include an affiliate relationship, it can be really beneficial because you can make that ongoing money. And a lot of companies are willing to do that. I offer that a lot with companies that might not be able to reach the revenue or like the sponsored post fee that I have. And a lot of people like that. So definitely combining the two can be really beneficial. So there's different types of affiliates. You can use a coupon code, and this is different ways that they can track it. So there's coupon codes, which gives a reader a certain percentage, perk or free shipping, and commissions are tracked solely by that coupon code. And it offers incentive. It grabs people who are looking for a code and are already on their site and may not click on the link from your site because they're already on it. One of the downsides is that a lot of people will forget the code. It's surprising how many people don't actually put in a code. Companies love to change the coupon codes, which makes it hard to keep up with. I am an affiliate for a craft company, and they change them quarterly, and I have tons and tons of posts from this craft company, so I have to go in and change that every couple of months, which is frustrating. Especially, it's frustrating for readers too that use that coupon code over and over. Then there's link-based, which is what a lot of you are probably used to, where they click on the link and there's a cookie that's put into their computer or their device for a certain period of time, and the cookie, it's like it can be anywhere from 12 hours to a year or whatever, and it's just if they buy during that period, then you will get the commission. And these can be nice, especially if you can deep link. I love deep linking. A lot of companies will allow you to deep link, which lets you link to a specific page. And these can be good because you get that cookie. But then a lot of times, if people don't click on it, especially through your post, it can be frustrating that they read your whole post and they were excited about it, but then they just didn't click on it because they may have already had it open, or they may just search it later. So it's best if you can combine the both of these. I've done this with several companies. Nothing sells better for affiliate, I feel like, than offering a coupon code. I've gone from, with the company I talked about earlier, I had a coupon code which really drove most of the sales, and when they took that away, my sales dropped significantly. And but if you can do a combination of both, it's great because you grab those people that are looking for the coupon code and those people that are clicking. It's good to set up expectations, especially if you're working with a brand for the first time and they may not have an affiliate program or they're just getting started with it. When you work through a company, like through share seller commission junction, there's not as much negotiation that goes on. But when you're working with a brand specifically, you have to set up those expectations because there can be misunderstandings and it can be very frustrating. You have to understand that affiliate programs can change at any time and that you should not put your eggs in one basket. That company I talked about earlier where I made so much money in the first couple of years, this year I've made $200 from them. So if I had put all my money or all my eggs in one basket with that and just assumed I would make that forever, then I would be in a very sad state right now. But I kept going, I kept finding new companies, and even though it's hard to think about that lost income, I was okay with it. You have to make it easy. You want to make it easy to change your links. So both Hilary and I use something called Thirsty Affiliates, where it's a plugin for WordPress, and you can put in the affiliate link, and it makes kind of like a cloaked link. And so it'll say Clark's Condensed /go/cricket. And so they click on that, and it goes to that affiliate link, but you can easily go in and change it, and it'll change all instances of it in the website. And you have to make sure that that's okay with the company. Some companies don't allow you to cloak links, like Amazon, but it works really well, especially if you have those companies that are constantly changing. When a company runs their own program, just be very clear with what they expect and what you can gain from it. Be willing to have a relationship with the company. Just email them and just make sure that they know who you are and you know who they are, because I find that helps a lot with just your relationships and being able to keep going forward with them. Some of my best affiliate relationships aren't necessarily because I make the most money, but because they're so supportive and willing to, work with me on different things. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's very slow burn, and sometimes it's frustrating to find and experiment, but it's definitely worth finding, because I think sometimes people are like, oh, my people don't buy, or my people, they're not affiliates. I can't affiliate with my niche. But I think every niche can be can be successful with affiliate. You just have to kind of think outside the box. And that's my next thing, is thinking outside the box. I put a couple examples here, but for like food, make sure you link to any unique products or ingredients you use. My sister-in-law, she runs a food blog, and they have a popular post about a sheet pan meal, and she just simply put, this is my favorite sheet pan that I use for this meal. And she makes a lot through Amazon just through that link. You can create guides to popular appliances or tools you use. Like, I do this a lot. I was talking about this morning how I have a problem with forgetting to finish sentences in blog posts. But I have one like on the Instant Pot. And it's one of my most popular posts. I'm not an exclusive food blogger, but that's something you can easily do with food, is popular appliances or techniques. You don't just have to write about recipes. Crafts, material lists are huge. And Facebook groups, doing Favorite Fridays. I follow people on Instagram they'll just share one product every Friday that they love, and then you can swipe up or they'll send you the link. And I've seen those do very well. And I run several Facebook groups, And I won't go into that too much, but if you have any questions about Facebook groups, I'm happy to answer them. I have some that do very, very well, and it allows you to kind of have a more personal relationship with the people in your groups, and you can do them for pretty much anything. And people, when they trust you, like that's a big part with affiliate marketing, is you want them to trust you, and Facebook groups can do that. And then just keep trying. Don't be afraid to try something new. If something's not working, switch out the link, add image ads, change the placement of links, or change your wording, because you never know what's gonna affect or what people will want to click on. So don't feel discouraged, because it really is. It's not a super, like, there's some people that, they'll share an affiliate link on Instagram and they'll make $1,000 just from that one time. That's not me. I don't do that. I'm not able to do that, but I have ones that are consistently bringing me in money, and I'm a big fan of doing things that make you money a lot over time rather than just all at once. And just be authentic and genuine. Don't act like one product is amazing only to promote its biggest competitor the next day, because your readers are smarter than you may realize. But you just be authentic and just promote things that you really believe in. And if companies want you to promote something that you've never tried, really push back and say, I can't promote this without trying it. And again, it's just a slow burn, but it's worth finding partners that work with your brand.
All right, let's talk newsletters. I've taken Matt Mullen's class 16 times because we live in Arizona together. So, just kidding. I haven't. It's close though. I could have given his talk. Anyway, so is email really where it's at? So why do newsletters work? I think it's super easy in a newsletter to build trust, right? Like, they're hearing from you frequently, and it makes it possible for you to email them later and be like, hey, just FYI, that company's having a sale right now. I bought this. Maybe you want to buy it. Love you. Bye. It's just like a good friend is meeting you in your inbox, and you're able to sell to them that way. It allows you to market several different things. We're going to talk a little bit more about how that works. And a lot of times if people trust you about having babies, later on they're going to trust you about what kind of mattress you should buy that baby when they're ready to go to a big kid bed. So it's easy to kind of continue on with people with how they're living their life. So why do newsletters not work? And I think we all know this. There are so many people that I'm like, unsubscribe. I think it's super easy to over email and to drive people crazy, right? And I email a lot, but I have a lot of things on the bottom of my emails. I use ConvertKit that allows people to opt out of so many emails. And I constantly am like, if you are getting too many emails and it's frustrating you, please email me and I can limit it for you, because they could get 1 million emails from me if they pick all of my categories. Make sure that some people only email when they have something to sell, right? We've all gotten that in our inbox. They only email, and that's not how we want to do. And sometimes people are just constantly pushing affiliate stuff instead of trying to help their reader, right? That newsletter needs to be 90% helpful, 10% crazy, 0.1% affiliate. like something that catches their attention is helpful, and then throw in an affiliate every now and then. And then some people pay for a newsletter and then never use it. And that, we've all done that. I bought kitchen appliances I never use, so. But I like the birds, right? You've all gotten that email, right? So you want to set the expectation. And I think one of the big things about Matt's course is that you're getting people to click. Now, it is clicking to your blog, but they're going to get in a rhythm of clicking on newsletters from you, because there's just that one link. I make all my links look like a button most of the time, except when I code it wrong. And if you have a question about how to make a button, ask your newsletter provider, because they all make buttons. And share freebies. Freebies are great. There's a lot of places where you can share a freebie, and then that gets your cookie in, and then if they ever buy anything, then you make money off of that. And make them realize that affiliate's not like a dirty word. A lot of times I use the word partner. I partner with this company, and that's okay by the FCC. You don't have to use the word affiliate, because I don't think any of our readers have a clue what affiliate means. And let them know, like, yeah, I do earn a little bit off of that. I'm so grateful you're here. I love that you're one of my VIPs. I always call my newsletter my VIPs, because I do send them coupons and all that kind of stuff more than anyone else. And then help them love you by giving them great information. That's what I want. I want my newsletter people to just love me. And if they don't love me and they unsubscribe, that is 100% fine, because I'm not lovable to everyone, and I get that. Like my 18-year-old kid. So let's talk about ways to use your newsletter. So in my posts, I have So this is one of the things I affiliate for, is a contraction monitor that you can use at home when you're pregnant. And I just have a thing in here about, because I don't really go into the contraction monitor in the post, but I'm like, if you want to know why I love it or why it might be good for you, just give me your email and I'll send it to you. So that they get an initial email about why I like it, what it could do for them. Then I follow up a week later that says, hey, if you have any questions about the monitor, I'm happy to answer it, right? I'm not being like, buy now. I'm just saying, hey, if you have any questions, because they probably do, I'm happy to follow up with you. It also gets them on my pregnancy list. I sell a prenatal class, so I'm not just selling the monitor. I'm also giving them tons of helpful pregnancy information. Again, if they unfollow, that's on them. But make sure to follow up. Don't just send the one email and then you're like, hands off. You know, one quick email to be like, hey, I want to help you, you know, and I don't want you to buy this if it's not right for you, because I don't think that monitor is right for everyone.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So that's in ConvertKit that you were able to make that graphic?
That is
That's Thrive, isn't it?
Thrive.
Yeah, it's Thrive Leads.
That is in my post. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. That I think I use Thrive, but my tech guy hates Thrive. He recommends Bloom.
Yeah, any newsletter provider though, you can make forms in them.
I do not find the ConvertKit's forms convert as well for
Yeah.
me as something prettier.
Yeah.
It's just me. Which is funny because this isn't like a moneymaker right here. All right, so a lot of times I do a lot of affiliate for Getaway Today. And so this is a sign-up form for a Disney packing list. So that gets them on my Getaway Today newsletter. It's a Disneyland newsletter, and I send them like 5 super helpful things. I talk about what rides are going to scare your kids, what rides to go to first, what hotels I like, what hotels I didn't like. And at the bottom it says, I recommend Getaway Today. I've used them since 1998. I have a post about why I've used them since 1998, but I'm not driving it in. It's under my helpfulness. And then the last one is like, hey, when you're booking, book with Getaway Today. I always call them. It talks about how I do it. And then, then I'll email them with any new Disneyland posts. But I send them similar to Matt's. I don't think I go every day because, I don't know. But I think it's more than 5 also. But it's just super helpful Disneyland stuff. Yeah.
Hilary, like the free packing lists and whatever that you offer, is that content exclusive just to those?
To the newsletter, yeah. You have to sign up to get the packing list. And I have a whole post about a packing list, but I use that packing list opt-in in several different posts.
Okay.
So that's the one way to do it if you have an affiliate company. But I am 100% in bed with Getaway Today. If they ever die, there's a lot of work on this end. So,
And that's a great example of promoting a company you love, because Hilary
I've used
really
them,
loves
yeah.
it.
And I promoted it with people before. I talk with them, like I've been in conferences where I speak with them. But I know that if Getaway Today dies, I have a lot of work on my end to fix it. So also, I don't know how I will ever go to Disneyland again because they will go my time. All right, so do not oversell. I think that's the biggest problem with the newsletter, right? Check out the gifts. I feel like my gift game was really on par. And you have to treat their trust as money, right? And use it wisely because it's so easy to be like, and this may mean that you need to limit some sponsored content. I think if you're, oh my gosh, come on guys. It's not as bad as having a baby. It may mean that you need to limit some sponsored content because I think if you're constantly, I have a new sponsored post, I have a sponsored post, oh, and here's some affiliate, you know, you need to have some genuine posts that you're just writing for the love of blogging, you know, that have some affiliate, but do you know what I'm saying? You may need to think out of the box. And then I'm a huge believer in segmenting. I write my blog about everything, really everything, except for pets. Someone said they wrote about pets, and I was like, oh, I don't write about that. Interesting. So, and segmenting your newsletter, most newsletter companies now will allow you to segment. So even if you're cooking, if you've got savory and, you know, maybe some people don't want sugar because they're diabetic and they only want savory, and mine is segmented a million different ways. I have, I think, like 100 Matt Mullen sequences that are going for different kinds of things. So you can make it work, but it is a monster. When I think about switching companies, because people are like, oh, it's cheaper. I'm like, no, it can't be. And just give them what they want. You don't want to send them bodybuilding vitamins if they're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So just give them what they want, because that's what's going to sell. Because once they get the bodybuilding vitamin, my integrity with them is negative. Just helpful, helpful, helpful. Oh, by the way, this is kind of interesting. And then social media is very similar to a newsletter. Just make sure that you're, same things. You want to be helpful. and then throw in an affiliate every now and then. Don't sell, sell, sell. And then I do have my own affiliate program. I was going to talk about this for a little bit. For my courses, I run affiliate programs. They are your sales army, and they have really been the reason why they do so well, except that, of course, they are amazing. Get the word out, talk in blogging groups, be willing to make sure that you give your product for free. I have so many companies that are like, well, I don't want to give you anything. I give my product pretty much to everyone who wants to be an affiliate for me because it's free on my end, and, you know, what am I losing? So I pay 25%. That's the percent I've decided on for my digital products. Everything's different, and if I had an actual product, then it would be less than that. When I had the affiliate platform on my side, I used a plugin called WP Affiliate Manager, although my courses are now Teachable, so you have to use theirs. Just try and be as transparent as possible with your people. I was going to switch platforms, and I was like, I probably emailed 30 times. And I was like, please check your PayPal. And then I just had somebody that was like, oh, my PayPal's wrong. And I'm like, ah. But that's just the way it is. And I communicate frequently. I send out emails to my affiliates every month talking about why people are buying, what's working for other people. I tell the top 10 affiliates just because people are excited to see their name if they're one of the top 10. And then think of ways to add bonuses. There's ways to inspire affiliates to add more links or, yeah, stuff like that. Boom.
All right, so I think that SEO and affiliate marketing is really a killer combination for major money and without having to have tons of page views. Both Hilary and I have had posts that probably don't bring in a ton of page views a month, but it does bring in a lot of money. So I have a post right now that with one of my top affiliate earners, and it probably gets 50 page views a month, and it makes a lot more money than some of my posts that have thousands of page views a month. So one of the things you can do is identifying popular posts, and this is in your workbook. It kind of has the worksheet for this. I would go to Google Webmaster Tools if you're not in there already. Set it to the last 90 days and write down the post or keywords for like your top 10. Go into these posts and see if you have a solid affiliate product in it, and if you don't, find one. Again, think outside the box. Good affiliate posts aren't always obvious. It's not always going to be a review. It's not always going to be something super obvious, but you can really incorporate things. And you can find a blogging buddy to kind of look over it as well and be like, oh, this might be a good product idea for you. Be the first. Always be on the lookout for up-and-coming products and services in your niche. This has been one of the most successful things I've done, is just always being aware what's going on in your niche or about products that you write about. So there's something that just came out for the Instant Pot. I write about Instant Pot a lot, and there's a new accessory that turns it into an air fryer. And so I reached out to that company and got them to send me one, and I have a post going up before the product is even released. I'm putting it up today. And I don't know how it's going to do, but I know if it does well, that I will probably be ranking on Google for that review pretty soon.
Make sure when you're looking at your SEO, try and answer the question they have, because sometimes you know how people are coming to your site off of some random question that you're like, that doesn't really answer it at all, but I have an affiliate that will answer your problem. So just make sure that you're looking at the terms people are searching so you can answer that question, even if that's not the question.
Yeah, and that's a great way to lengthen your post as well, because a big thing with SEO is having good in-depth posts. I feel strongly about making sure that your post is the only post that they need to read, because you don't want them to go to your post, read a review or read about something, and then be like, oh, I didn't get all my questions answered, and go find something else and buy from there. Good SEO and affiliate types of posts are reviews, so just in-depth and honest. Don't be afraid to pay for a product or service yourself. I do that a lot, and a lot of times I'll put in my title an unsponsored, unbiased review, and those do really well, and people seem to respond to them. So even if you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to put the money in for something, a lot of times it can be worth it if you see a lot of potential with it. Gift guides, these are typically seasonal, but they can really pay off. I have a friend that does these very well, and every Christmas she's making quite a bit from affiliate marketing. Mediavine create lists make these even easier. I have just started using that, but I think it's a great way to do gift guides. And then comparison. So I talked about earlier the razor company I did a comparison with, but I just was like, here's my thoughts on Dollar Shave Club versus Billy. And it does really well, and I've done that with other products as well. So just comparing things that are similar and that have a good affiliate program can be great for SEO and affiliate posts. Things to include are headers. So this is I think this is H1, and I use, or H2. or H2. I don't know. It's one of the headers in
H2.
WordPress. Is it H2?
Well, because H1 is only your title.
Yeah, it's not H1 for sure, but I think that's H2 there. But you want to use keywords in those. Short paragraphs. I sometimes when I go to blog posts, I see there's just super long posts or super long paragraphs, and that people don't want to read long paragraphs, especially when they're just like on a mobile device. So make them short, make them just a couple sentences. I have my, this is just in general, I have my font bigger because it was a lot smaller, but then when I went into my post, I was like, this is really small, especially for my audience, which a lot of my audience are older people. And so when I put bigger font size, my bounce rate went down, which with your bounce rate going down, that's going to help bring up the amount of people clicking on things on your site.
And it helps your RPM.
Yep, for sure, it does. If you have links, use them throughout the post. Don't just wait till the very end, because a lot of times people don't get to the end. So you want it sprinkled throughout. So in this one, I say, click here to buy your food sensitivity test and get 15% off with the code CLARKS15. And so just putting it throughout the post, you don't have to be spammy, and you don't want to be spammy, but putting it throughout the post so they have lots of places to click is helpful. Make the deals and coupons stand out. You want them to feel like they're getting a deal, and they should be getting a deal, and you want them to know to click. Because a lot of times if you just put, don't forget to use the code CLARKS15 without a link, they're just going to go to the site themselves and type it in. So you want to make sure that especially if it's not a coupon-based one. Formatting, I've had a lot of success with the Gutenberg, the FAQ. I found that it has helped me rank significantly faster on Google. There's a new product that came out with a craft company I work with just the other day, and some people had already written posts before I got mine up, and I wrote one, and it's ranking #1 on Google now and I think a lot of it's because of the FAQ. And a lot of people wonder if you should turn off or turn down ads on affiliate posts. And honestly, I haven't done this, but I know a lot of people have success with that. So it's something you can experiment with. Because a lot of times, you'll be promoting a product and then they'll have a Google ad and people won't know what to click on. So you can experiment with that and see if it's worth turning the ads off just for a certain period of time. I wouldn't do it, don't turn off your ads site-wide, but if it is a post that's very affiliate centered, it can be a good idea to do
What
that.
I do is I'll turn them off. You can set a date, so I'll turn them off for like 20 days and just see if anything happens. Honestly, I have not seen changes by turning off the ads.
Yeah.
So
it's just something, it might work. Some people have been successful with that, but it might not.
And
it
I
might
would
not
try
be
it in
worth
other
the money.
posts.
Yeah.
Sometimes some are easier to A/B test than others, but
Yeah.
that's an easy way to do it. And then they go back on, so you automatically, if you guys have been in the Mediavine dashboard.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of ads. Definitely don't turn off your ads site-wide. Keyword research, use generic terms to find what people are searching for. So just go into something like SERPstat or SEMrush. I know SEMrush is popular, but I got a lifetime deal with SERPstat, so that's what I use. There's free tools like Keywords Everywhere and Ubersuggest, where you can just type in words for your website, like just generic terms to find posts you can write about or products that might be related to your company or to your blog. And you can see what other people have written on that topic that are ranking. Don't copy them, but you want to make your post stand out. What makes your opinion something someone wants to read? So go to Google and see what other people have written, if there's anything written about that topic, and just make sure that your post stands out. So if there's like 10 best toys for little boys, and there's like 10 of those that say that, make sure your title stands out more than theirs does.
Dollar bills now, y'all. Let's make some conversions. All right. Okay, so make sure to disclose. We didn't want to do this without saying, definitely, I use words like partner, but you need to disclose everywhere you post. You need to disclose on Instagram stories. You don't have to do it on every single Instagram story. I try and do it on the first one. I have forgotten. And then you're like, I filmed the freaking story. And at the very end, you're like, partner link, loser.
And
I should do it at the beginning.
I think some people get worried that people aren't going to click on it. And there are people that'll be like, I won't click on any. Like I've seen people say that in groups. But you know what? I think your loyal readers are going to appreciate you being honest about it.
Yeah, and it breeds trust. I think people want to know, yes, I do make a little money when you do this, but it's not a million, and it's something I really like. I stand behind it.
I have readers that email, will you send me your link again? Because I want to make sure I buy through your link. So it's good for them to know that you have links.
And be willing to say, I make some money off the sale, and you don't want to get in trouble with the FCC, because then you're going to have to go see Jamie, and no one wants to see her. Yeah.
So when you're doing an Insta story and you're doing affiliate or partner in there, what does your caption look like? What is your disclosure?
Mine's usually a hashtag. Like I'll put like Cricket partner or something like that. Because affiliate, I think the FCC has actually said affiliate isn't.
It's not clear enough.
It's not clear enough because people don't know what it is. So I just put like a hashtag, or sometimes I'll verbally be like, this company sent me this. Like, you don't have to put like a big paragraph like, I've been paid by this company if you click on any of my links. Like, it's just a hashtag is fine. And you can put ad if you want. I usually do.
Or
if you
send
do,
to me if it's, you know, if they send it to you, because sometimes they send it to you and it's an affiliate. So
Got
I
it
try and
free,
disclose
yeah.
everything that went on.
And
how
if it-
deep
yeah.
we're in bed together.
And if you do partner, you can't just put hashtag partner. You have to actually put the company name partner. That's something, because I read the rules recently, and that's something that they say.
A recognized partner, so if it's a brand that no one's heard of.
Well, no, it can, as long as it's just the brand's name. But that's true, yeah.
It has to be like recognized as a company.
Yeah.
So if it's a company that no one's ever heard of, they've said be careful with that. So
Yeah.
like Disney, great.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah, Joe partner. Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure.
not Joe's partner.
So just be honest. That's the big thing. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is when I see people that I know better not disclosing anything, because I think that I don't know. It's not fair that some people think that they can get away with not doing it.
On your blog, do you disclose it every time?
No, I have a blanket statement at the top. If
Yeah.
you go to Pulling Curls, it says I get some hair gel every time you purchase something through my site. And I do find that if you can make it a little cuter and funner, I think I did notice an uptick on affiliate sales through Amazon when I said I got hair gel money.
Amazon says you
Yeah, I was gonna say Amazon. You can't do. Yeah, they say that you can't incentivize. Like tell them that this pays my bills.
Well, but it says I get a little hair gel money when
When
you
you say that, they've actually, I know people have been shut down. So
me
just
and
be
Amazon
careful.
are not that deep in bed together. I'll put it that way.
But yeah, that is something to be careful. Is to
Well, but you have to say you get paid.
you just say I make a commission off of this, but you can't make them feel like they want
They
to.
have to use my hair gel money.
Through my link.
You feed my children, things like that. They don't want you to put that in.
My kids are gonna starve.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so other ways to make the sale. So I make graphics for a lot of my companies, and I always find that they get a better click-through rate when you put click here. People aren't very smart. So, and it's kind of sad, but don't make the image look too great, because these ad companies through Mediavine are making beautiful images for you to click through. When my semi-ugly ad pops up, I think people are kind of caught off guard. Why is that so ugly? Oh, Hilary made it. I'll click there. I mean, it's not horrible, right?
No, but it
I
does
do
stand out
think-
from the Disney Getaway Today ads.
Right.
It stands out.
Right. And I've always put on there, I've used Getaway Today since 1998. I put my personal coupon code. They know it's from me. A lot of times I'll put my logo on the ad because then they know it's from me. And I find that those get better click-through rates. Katie and I both use a plugin called Advanced Ads. We're going to talk about it in the next slide. And that allows us, so my Disney ad normally is this. When Getaway Today runs a sale, I switch it out. And through Advanced Ads, you can pick what times each ad is running. So automatically, this ad kicks back in when the sale's over. I don't have to do anything. So with Cricut, you can put in their short code and have the short code run, and then you don't have to worry so much about when they change ad codes or coupon codes, because you can easily change it in there and it can all be scheduled. It doesn't, you don't have to like get in there right at midnight and switch it out.
It's an awesome plugin, so everyone should use it.
It's by Thomas Mayer if you're looking it up in the WordPress repository. I have groups, so it'll be a Disney group. And so regular ad runs until the 17th, sale runs till the 21st, new ad, regular ad, then I reschedule it to start again on the 21st. Does that make sense? So you're not having to get in each post. And then I put those short codes all the time. Even if I don't have an ad running regularly, if it's a company that I affiliate with frequently, I have a short code ad for them. And when they run a sale, I will put an ad in that post, but there's not normally an ad in there. Does that make sense? So that just makes it really easy because these people are running sales. And I think if you had a sale, because they don't give coupon codes as much anymore, people will buy. But so anyway, it's a great plugin. I do pay for the statistics, but the plugin itself is free. But I like to see who's clicking. I
many
found that
clicks,
valuable. It
things
was
like
what, $30?
It's like it's not much.
It's not expensive. I think I talked about all those. And I have short codes in almost every post, but I do have a ad that runs like towards the bottom of all of my posts, and a lot of those link to my courses and stuff like that. So you don't always have to use the short code. You can just insert it in every post.
Yeah, or you can assign it to certain categories and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier than having to go manually input everything and then go take out the ads. Because I have posts that I've done that in, and I'll find it like 2 years later some coupon. I'm like, oh, well, that's too bad that's in there still.
See there. And you can use images. You can use text in there. Cricut sends out like just text. And I don't want to make an image. We are not in bed together that deep. So I sometimes will just throw up the text to see if somebody will buy through it. It's just a copy paste. Link placement is a great way to make. I always put a link to almost in every single post. I have an affiliate link in the top 25% of my posts. So, and I just use the scroll bar to kind of guess what's about 25%, and I just make sure there's an affiliate link. Or because I sell my own courses, that is also a link for me. And a lot of times it's just like, I have a course, it's here. And then later I kind of do a harder sell towards the bottom. You can use content boxes. You can change the link color you can see in here. My link color is that ugly pinky thing. It just kind of stands out a little bit. And you just kind of mix up how you're showing links, because some people like to click on images, some like to click on words. You know, I want to serve all those people, right? And then if you have photos in your post, you can also link those to affiliate links, you know. And make it easy. We hear a lot of times people are like, oh, don't use a plugin for your affiliate stuff, but it just makes it so much easier. And the more you can use affiliate links, it will go better. I do not believe they slow down our site much.
No, some people get really passionate saying that those plugin, like Pretty Links or Thirsty Links, it slows down your site.
Pretty Links never worked for either of us, but Thirsty affiliate does.
And it works really, it makes it so much easier than having to change your links out.
Yeah. And I think if you run something like YouTube and you're wanting to put in links, this looks a lot more like less sketchy than magic, blah, blah,
X, Y,
blah, blah.
yeah, all those weird ones.
So that's kind of nice also. You can add an opt-in. So like I talked before, this is for like Stitch Fix boxes. I just say, do you want to see my next box? And then I can, you know, try and sell them the next time that they do. So this just allows you to sell to people who aren't ready to buy initially, maybe the next time. Get an affiliate buddy. Katie and I often will read each other's posts because you're so like, I don't know what to go in here. But when fresh eyes look at the post, you know, they come up with all these sorts of things that you could put in there. So that's awesome. And so we do have a few slides that you might want to screenshot, like about how to do it. Change the link color because that helps it stand out. Put up an affiliate link in the top 25% of the post. So if you're looking at these things in your SEO sheet of that worksheet, these are the things you're going to want to do. Add an image. I use Stencil. I think it's on sale on AppSumo right now. And it's so easy to create an image in there. And then get an affiliate buddy to check posts. A lot of times if I have a post that's going viral, I'll quickly send it to Katie. And she'll, you know, you do need to do it quickly because sometimes these are like crazy viral. And if you can add some affiliate links, you can really make some good money off of it at that time. And then add an opt-in. And use a plugin. Go through when you have your most popular posts. If you guys are like, okay, I'm getting in this, go through your most popular posts. Those are really the ones that bring in the most traffic. Put affiliate links in those. It really is going to make a difference. And then adjust posts with organic traffic like it says in our little worksheet. If you guys had any questions about how that works, let us know. We can go over it with you. And Katie and I have cards over here. We're welcome to talk with us.
Yep. I have a Facebook group, so if you want to join that, you're welcome to.
I have one
Ask
about
me.
pregnancy.
It's called the Blog
Come on
Help
in.
with Katie and Caitlin. If you
So-
can't find it, I'll share it later.
But it really is, it's changed like everything for me because I just don't love sponsored posts and I feel like they're drying up and it's just so much easier.
It's an
And I
easier
can
way to
say
sell.
whatever the heck I want. We are doing a sponsored post with the company right now and my entire Google Doc is red. I was like,
It's
You're
nice to
dead
feel
to
like
me.
you can be 100% honest. And sometimes they will reach out and be like, oh, you can't use that kind of verbiage, or we don't want you to use a
yeah,
coupon
especially when I
code.
do medical stuff. And I
Yeah.
get that because they have to FDA clearance or whatever.
But there is a lot more room for just continual. We're big fans of the passive continual income that just keeps going.
yeah, because
And
I
that's what
want
it
to
does.
bring in the dollar bills while I'm on a
Yep.
cruise.
Yeah, sorry we don't have a lot of time for questions. I think we have 1 minute. So.
Katie and I are here all day. Yes, oh, yeah,
So for newsletters,
Uh-huh.
you said you use ConvertKit.
I do.
It's kind of expensive.
Yes.
Is there any other ones you'd recommend?
I
No.
like MailerLite. I mean, I used MailerLite for a long time,
Yeah.
and
She's
it
not
worked
on it
pretty
now,
well. I'm not. I switched because I needed
But
more.
you're on ConvertKit now?
I'm on ConvertKit, but sometimes it is
I
expensive.
pay
but
for
I
the
think
whole year in
MailerLite
advance
is
and there
fine.
is a discount with that.
Okay. And then
Um,
you said there's that Thrive makes the box.
I do not
That's a
recommend
one-
Thrive, but
it's a
I'm deep in
one-time
bed
fee.
with them.
Bloom is
Not
Bloom,
as an affiliate, but they run all my sales
What
pages.
would you recommend then?
Bloom is what our
Bloom
guy
is what I write. Thrive, I like it, but it slows. It does have a high like low.
I'm like, someday I'll scoot over that
Yeah,
thing.
Bloom is a good one. Yeah.
Okay, and then those work directly.
Because there was
Yeah.
a long time, like for a year, that they didn't update.
Yeah, our tech guy's pretty particular about, and that one's updated.
Okay, because there was a period.
Yeah.
Because I used to use it, and I was like,
No, it's
And I
updated.
use Pop-Up Alley, and I mean, there's other ones, but Pop-Up Alley was so technical. I don't know if anyone's used it in here. It was just difficult to design pretty forms.
But Thrive is a one-time fee, so if you use it, it's not going to ruin your website if you use it.
And then
you
that
can see
works
it.
with ConvertKit, like directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I use their sales pages. They run my sales, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful sales pages. But they do a good job, and it's a one-time fee, unlike lead pages, because I'm cheap
Yeah, I love unlimited.
in so many ways. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Katie and I were like, there's so many sessions right now. There's gonna be.
So we're glad you're here. And if you have any
Oh,
questions,
man.
reach out to us here or on Facebook. We're always on Facebook Messenger and
I'm
stuff like
not.
that.
I don't know what you're talking about.